It's an intervention, 'cause everything is gonna work out fine.
Here we go, client liaison. You're in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're in Melbourne.
This is a nice studio. Is that John Howard's head?
Yes, good spot.
Yeah.
I'll bring it a little closer so you can see.
Yeah, I need a good look at that. Oh my God, look at him.
Very realistic.
That's so creepy. Why?
Because we have an auxiliary act of ours called DJ John Howard, and he comes along and usually closes out he closed out our show at Expo Liaison a couple of years ago, and yeah, he's still around. His tracksuit's still around. He's big runners, big trainers.
Yuck! All right, I hope he makes a comeback soon. I think everyone needs a little bit of a weird John Howard in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you've been following the election. What's the thoughts there?
Oh, I mean, client liaison is escapism, and I think the election promises to be that, but isn't. So I don't know if it really collides with our world too well.
So we love the theatre of politics. You just
love the theatre of life, I think.
We don't much like talking about policy. We just sort of like the drama and the theatrics of the power and influence of these characters.
I thought it would have been pretty cool if it was a tie. That would have been pretty wild.
Yeah. What happens then?
Well, then like one person in the House from every state votes.
Ah.
But yeah, it would get really tricky and crazy. It's tricky and crazy enough already, I guess.
Yeah, I'm low-key kind of loving to watch the downfall of America. Like, it's thrilling, right? You're like, these people are like...
I'm a bit of an anarchist as well. Like, there is a bit of joy in seeing the whole system collapse, which is, principle of the anarchist outlook. So yeah, we were just talking. It's like, we're all excited about this new single, but it's like it's pretty hard to sort of change your headspace when there's just like, the leader of the free world is in limbo. But anyway.
Hey, I guess it kind of relates to your single a little bit. It's almost like an intervention for America, a little bit of a shake-up in their sense. It's like COVID. Like, everyone needs a little bit of a reminder that we're all like just mere bones on this big old rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's cool about the song, like the word intervention. I'm pretty sure there's not another song out there called Intervention. There probably is, but not that comes to mind. So it's kind of unique in that sense. And putting a spin on what is traditionally, a worrying word. Intervention usually relates to addiction and there being a problem. But, we've got a positive spin on it. So like, yeah, we're coming in intervention to sort of lift you up. So it's cool to have to turn the negative into the positive.
Yeah, it's definitely a positive upspin on an intervention. Have you guys ever been a part of an intervention?
No, not a serious intervention, but I may have seen somewhere on a TV show or something that, like, usually the person who's being intervened, like, they'll open a door in the room and then they're sitting there and they'll say intervention.
It's like a banner. Yeah. I think like How I Met Your Mother has multiple interventions.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of, it's a funny term it's fun to use a term that hasn't really been, it's cool when you write a song that's like Off-White Limousine, it's fun because you're working in a space that no one else says. It's like the chorus is like baby love or something. So that's cool.
100%. What would be your opening line if you had to enact an intervention?
Oh, we are here to help. I don't know.
It's an intervention to lift you up tonight.
Just wrong or right. Yeah. Just an intervention. We'll show you a good time because everything's going to work out fine.
That's pretty good. We could enact an intervention right now if you really wanted to. You guys do come from a theatrical, arts background.
Why not?
You want
it? No.
Okay, I'm intrigued because client liaison, you guys are not just music. You have like a whole world about you. There's a lot to cover. You've got obviously your Deluxe Line, Expo Liaison. You've got your visuals that are intrinsic to your brand. Is there anything else in the works, like a side venture that you've begun during COVID for client liaison? Because I imagine there's a lot under the hood that we just don't know about yet.
Well,
Would you guys ever go to like homewares or something?
well, we're actually thinking that some cushions or something. It has cost us our mind. I got a mate who's got this venue in the city, and he's doing it up. And we're just having some chats with him at the moment about doing something there. Could be a little bar, could be a restaurant, could be a club. I don't know. Could last for 1 week, could last for 2, could last for 2 years. Not sure, but we are. If we see an opportunity, we'll chance upon it.
There's always ideas. It's like what idea comes to fruition.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't want to spoil them.
Yeah, but we're up. We're up for that kind of stuff. We've just got to make sure the input to output ratio is balanced. Sometimes you can put so much effort into something, a project, and you realize you've been all up in your head in your own world, and it actually hasn't had much of an impact. So just making sure what we put in, we get back. So
has there been one of your projects that has been like that, where you're like, oh god, that wasn't really worth it? Like, was it a piece on like the Deluxe Line where you're like, this took ages to find the manufacturer, design this, but like the payoff?
Yeah, or a song maybe. We've got songs that are old, and it's just like, oh god, if we have to work on that anymore, it's like literally, you just got to remind yourself of like where you're putting your energy, and making sure you apply that. You're not all your energy is getting sucked up by something that is you might not even like at the end of the day. Anyway.
Yeah. No, but that's important to realize. I feel like a lot of artists, like I know myself creatively, I can get caught up in my head, and then like at the end of it, you look back objectively and you're like, fuck, it's just not worth it in the end. I'm interested with the process behind intervention, because obviously you guys did this one in lockdown. Did you find the parameters of lockdown itself to be like, helpful for future processes, or was it just like annoying?
Oh, no, it's definitely opened doors. Like working over Zoom has actually been quite fruitful in some aspects. I mean, some it definitely doesn't work as well, but doing lyrics over Zoom is cool, and collaborating with different people. Like right now, we're working with someone in London, and that's really cool. That like while we sleep, they work, and vice versa. And also we set up our studios, and we've just been, having fun playing with things. But I think it was more like that this song really, it was the right time for this song and for us. I mean, 2020 was quite a hiccup, and we wanted to like start again in a very positive light, but also with the window of things opening up and the world is going to be okay. And it's like, the year is drawing to an end, so it was a good way to get a song out before the year was over.
Yeah, because this is your first single of 2020. Hey. Yeah,
and we've got so much music, and we've got an album in the works. But it was like, oh, let's this one's good. This is like an intervention to, hey guys, it's still okay to escape and have a good time, and it's all in your mind. Like, just a little bit of self-belief and a party attitude, and you can have some fun.
Definitely, that's the through line. I'm curious about your second album. You touched on it just before. What's the rollout for that looking like? I saw that you guys did Sunset Sounds with the Wizard over in LA. What's a bit of recording there? Right. Anything you can tease?
We're just wrapping up the 2 songs from that, actually. So they're coming along well. So that's happening. We haven't like any announcement of the second album now would just be premature. I mean, it's coming together, but it's just, if we were to start beating that drum now, it would it's coming. It's no rush. It's just not coming out like in the next 2 months or something.
Yeah, so, I mean, we thought we'd get something out this year that can just stand alone, and give a little bit of joy to our fans, because like the whole world's spun on its head. So next year is, we've got our eyes set on next year, and we've got so much good music we've been working on for so many years. We just need to pull it all together.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. And Intervention is, such a great great track for 2020 if you're to release one. Is there anything else coming up in your world we should know about heading into summer?
Let me think. Let me think.
We've got lots of new clothing.
Yeah, we've got
So that's
Oh, damn. When's that dropping?
I'm not entirely sure, but we've got
A Christmas line?
Well, not quite, but we've got like a bunch of merch and CLDL, our deluxe line. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, and lots of new music next year, and hopefully some shows next year as well. So
yeah, we're looking forward to getting back to being able to create experiences with the live show, because then it can all kind of piece together. You know, we can put the fashion stuff out, but we want to have like the launch of that, because we're going to do another drop for that. So, but you know, it kind of, when you don't have the three parts, like the music, the in-person interaction, and then the online sales, like it doesn't link up. So we just want to get that ecosystem back up and running for us. So yeah, I mean, it's like when you're just not performing and you don't have the live aspect, you can have the online presence, but it's kind
Not the same.
I mean, like, you know, like we could have just sat through and posted memes during lockdown, like turned into like a meme account. We would have had this big online presence. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just, so I'm going on a tangent, but I'm just sort of talking about like, you know, how do you be an artist when you know, like everyone got
when it's hard to see to your audience.
Yeah, everyone got over the streaming thing quite quickly. Like we did a stream, that was really cool. It's a new space. I think we should still keep doing that. But like, you know, after a while, when you're just online, kind of, I do wonder about that. And I just really miss in-person experiences. And I think that's just like, you know, such an amazing way to, I think it's such an amazing, it's so powerful.
it's always been very key for us as well, because we've had clothing that you can interact with, show, like a festival. Like we love in-person experiences, so it's kind of like the world is waiting in a way to really get blown away again.
And it's like that's one of our strong points. So yeah, I've just not like necessarily live, but just like, you know, doing something in person coming out of lockdown is going to be like so potent.
Absolutely. Okay, well, if we're going into a bit of escapism, say the world was your oyster, budget didn't exist, what would be the ultimate client liaison show? What would be like if someone was like, here's all my money, let's do it?
Be a weekend away. So it's not the show. It's like, it's a weekend away. It's like you go to a retreat, a motel, and
get your own golf buggy.
Yeah.
I imagine like Heston Blumenthal's like collaborated with you guys, and he's got this whole like interactive edible room while you guys are just dancing in the corner, like doing your thing.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, it's totally like we'd take over the Ace Hotel in Palm Springs, something like that. That'd be very client liaison, and just poolside DJ sets in the day, you know, bingo at night, live show on the Saturday night.
Private jet to somewhere random and a hidden location for the final day.
Yeah, you know, that's cool. That's cool.
That's very cool. Yeah, I definitely think, again, as you've said, you're a theatrical pursuit. So, yeah, it makes sense that live shows is something you're really missing at the moment. Harvey, Monty, guys, it's been a pleasure to talk to you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me into your little studio for the day.
Anytime.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.